Good morning. This is Mercedes Warrick. Welcome to day 22 of 36 channels and 36 days journey into the I Am Mind. I don't know. The preamble this morning was quiet. And I heard in the background my inner self, my inner voice, interesting, I can't remember. It's funny, it's just escaped me. Ask and it is given. Seek and ye shall find. The kingdom of God is within you. So we were asked to look up the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. So we did that as well. And rested in the knowing that the butts were dissolved yesterday. I'm going to get quiet. Spirit's been gently pressing, and we'll see where we're going. Please visit the contribution button. We greatly appreciate that. And we are moving forward. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm so glad you have chosen to be here. Last night, I was working through some technical difficulties. Quite frankly, the phone had failed again, and I had no backup. So I spent some time with my computer and my phone at a very early juncture time in this morning. And as I was doing that, a contribution popped in with a lovely note from somebody from Facebook. A friend of hers had forwarded her the link to the series, and she had spent quite a few hours. She was on day 8 when she was typing her message to me, and it was really interesting. She said that when she started, she didn't have contribution, and when she checked her account, she had contribution to make. So isn't that wonderful? It's nice when it's instantaneous results as you're moving through and understanding a way or a path for yourself. So that was very gratifying to receive yesterday, and I really appreciated it because I was excuse me, wrestling with technology, which is not my favorite thing to do. So it was brought me a smile and a atta girl, keep going. So thank you. おのろにえけな、横おこないえけな、おによこおきえな。So in some ways, over the last few days, Adoni Yeshkena, the tough and rough spots have been dealt with. Yeshkena Adoni Yoko. We have put them into the laws of Adoni Yoko, the universe, Iokona, God, Creator, Source, Iokona Iena. The law of polarity is interesting and fun when you know nonieke it, when you are familiar with it, iokona ieke, and when you employ it, iokona iena. It is really the turnaround law, iokona ieke na, ionona iena, because as you look at both sides of the same coin, iokona ieke na, if one is there, you know the other exists, iokona ieke na. And then when you know your inner powering as an aspect of the divine, iokona ieke, you know that you can aspect another aspect of the divine, iokona ieke na. So then, iokona, with conscious creation, and then ioko with the intent of being a conscious creator, iokona ieke, you can be in total access, anananioko, of any shift, change, or transformation you desire. Ononi ieshke na ahana nioko okona iena. The interesting part is iokona ieke na, the stepping out. And understanding that your vision or your desire can be expanded to better than I could ever dream of for myself, that I could ever know for myself. So we would encourage you to always apply the infinite expansion to anything that you are employing. Joy, more joy than I ever could have imagined for myself. Love, more love than I ever could have imagined for myself. Peace, more peace than I ever could have imagined for myself. Freedom, more freedom than I ever could have imagined for myself. The words that are coming now also are abundance, prosperity, and ever flowing. We would encourage you, just like you would tune up a car, or anything that you would like to keep running, that you tune yourself up, Mercedes' first book is a soul-inspired tune-up, and it is a review or a cleansing out. It is a spiritual hygiene practice for allowing you to shift from one frequency on one side of the coin to the other frequency on the other side of the coin, from anger and fear to living a love-aligned life, which is really the basis of the book, although not clearly stated. So, the success emotions, as it's listed in the book, is like frequencies, contentment, blessed, grace, love, a sacred point of light, I am that I am. You get the trend or the drift. And it is a good ananiako practice to scan yourself, iokona, for negative frequencies, negativity, and to perhaps practice brushing your teeth, practice brushing your spiritual state, your energetic state. So, Iokona, in the past, we have talked about tuning up your emotional state. Today we would talk about tuning up your abundant state, or your prosperity state, or your state of ever flowing. The vessel is a little subdued today, we feel, because these states, within her living frequencies, are currently being tuned up. And yesterday she stood fully in her joy. She stood fully in the pursuit of her joy. And she stood fully in the beingness of her joy. She loves doing this work. And she loves the teachings. So yesterday, she moved into fully being a vessel, in a spiritual channel. So, this should be a time of celebration. It was a long night, as there was much to do, and some determination, really. And it was not frustration. It really wasn't. It was determination that the technology was going to work. And she did not go to bed until it was done, but it took a lot of seeking. So, by way of explanation, we will try to perk her up some. Okay, so so ieko ni yoko na ieke na ahani yoko okona ieke na. Let us breathe this morning, ananani yoko, into ioko, the everflow. Onononi ishke na. Now, the law of correspondence simply states, as above, so below, Yoshkona, as within, so without, Okoni Ekena. Feeling the heart, Onononi Eshkena. So sometimes when you look around, Iokona, Iekona, Iekena, this law, Iokona, Iekena, Iokona, can be one of discretion. And if you understand it, it is the you can use it to be evaluate what is before you. Yes? Okay. And this is when it gets fun. So if you're seeing something that is repeating, and it is before you, and it comes up again and again and again and again, there are many different layers to this. The soul level layer, the physical layer, the emotional layer, and of course the spiritual layer. Onona. So sometimes there is more explanation or exploration to occur. But on the very, 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 very sort of surface or physical living self or living state, iokona, anana nioko iekena, it can be fun. And here's where onono ni yeshkena, we would like to, oh, she's feeling better. She liked that fun word. Here's where it can get to be fun. Okay, here we go. You see something, and you see something, and you see it again. Onono ni yeshkena. Ioko iekena. Say it is like something is not coming forward for you. Okay? Ieshkena nano uyoko na iena. Then you can choose iokona to then shift, change, or transform it, as we've been talking about. Ieshkena nano yoko. Anana yoko, and then you can see both sides of the same coin. Yes? Okay. So now, iekena yoko, you can say, let's say, okay, my money is being blocked. Okay, and I've seeded it into the infinite. All iekena nani yoko, the healing of my block money. Ieshkena nani yoko. Nothing seems to be moving. Okay, that seems like that would be some wording. My money is blocked. Nothing seems to be moving. Ieshkena nanayoko. Though there's a few things. Ononayoko. Is there a but there? Onononieke. But how? But when? But why? But we talked yesterday. Healing it through this law of polarity. Ieshke. Seeding that into the all. Ononani ieshke nananayoko. Then things still do not seem to be moving. Anananioko, even though you know that you have planted the seed, ieshkona, well then, for everything there is a season. Okay, iokona, so the law of rhythm, iekena. Then, iokona, iena, anoni ieshkena. In your knowing, part of your knowing is the law of vibration, that everything, Ananayoko is always moving, and even though you cannot see it moving, it is actually moving. Iekenananayoko. And then the law of correspondence would say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Ononanieshkenananayoko. So then, how am I, iokona iekena, going to apply the law of correspondence, iekenananayoko? So maybe some spiritual hygiene is in order. Anononieshkena ananiyoko. So that is why, excuse me, we have mentioned the energetic system, onononieke, because that is a easy system to look into or to understand within your frequency. It's the system, it's the energy of your life. And all of these things tie into something, yes? So it ties into the first chakra ties into family and community. Second chakra ties into creation, generation. Third chakra, lots of organs in that chakra, a lot of emotional. You might feel things in your gut, in your liver, in your kidneys. Where are you feeling things in your body? But it is also your power force energy station. Excuse me, your heart would be love. Your throat is ononieshkena, communication. Sixth chakra, forehead, is intuition, and seventh chakra is connection to the divine. So as we go through these systems and you look at what is actually before you, and then you also have a way of expressing and nonieke expressing and exploring what may be happening to you on the interior. Anonoyeshke. Ananioko. Ieke. And again, we would say on all levels of your existence, Iokona, the state of your being, the state of your God state. We talked about that. We haven't mentioned that in a while. What is your state of God in this particular area? How are you unifying all aspects of self into the unified self, Anoniyoko, bringing yourself into infinity, Iokona, connecting to the infinity, the infinite all, Anoniyoko, through the spark. So these are all things that you can kind of begin to have a real understanding of how a cake is made with eggs and flour and baking powder and some sort of liquid milk or something like that. And you mix them all together and you get a cake. So what we are expressing to you this morning is sometimes Yokona Ieke, when something is not moving or Nyoko or manifesting Nyoko visibly into the desire that you have seeded, Ioko, you're not getting your tomato. Oh no, Yeke. What is in the dirt? That might need to be weeded out or cleaned out. Iokona Yeke na. Anoni oshkona iekena, anani oko iekena. And one, the other thing, anoni eshkena, that we would also invite you to challenge or look at is the historical Nonieke, how your family might have handled the situation. Ononieke, is there any traditions that are blocking your way? Ieke na nanioko. Because while these are in the infinite all, Ieke na nanieka, there's a whole there's a whole lot of possibilities forward for you. Ananieshko na Ieke na. So while it may be blasphemous in the physical that you would ever change anything that you would do, Iokona, because your family has always done it this way, in the infinite there are many possibilities, many solutions, many ways that what you're desiring and seeking and having can come to you and can be with you. Iokona nieke na. So the releasing of the family, we've always done it this way. No nieke na. Anananioko can be a big one as well. Anoniyoko ieke na. So, Iokona ieke, the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is within you, that is, Noniyoko, in the infinite all. Iokona ieke, you are an aspect, a drop, Iokona, a unique and marvelous and magnificent, magical drop. Ananiyoko, of the infinite, divine all, Iokona, Iekena, Iokona. And so now, Iekena, how do we actually, Ananoni Iekena, use all of the corresponding laws? Iokona, Iekena, Nanani Yoko. Yokoni Iekena, Nioko Iekena, Iekena. Ananani Yoko Iekena. So, what is really Nyoko what can really be fun about this whole thing is that Anana Nyoko, you can begin to shift and play Iokona. Shift and play Iakena Yoko Iena. Shift and play, transform Iokona. Shift, play, transform. Or maybe it would be play, shift, and transform. Or no, whichever area you choose, Iokoda Iekena. But the lightness of your heart, Iekena Nananioko, is very Iekena. Nananioko Iekena. The lightness of your heart is very. It can play an integral part, no Ieke, to the results. Iekena Nananioko. No Ieshkena. Hahani Iekena Nananioko. So, exhale. Mercedes has made a decision, and that decision is causing her to be in sort of a numbness. And Ononyoko, she's created a void. Ieke na Ononyoko, and she's saying, is this really what I want to do? Ononyeke na Ononyoko, Ieke na. When she looks within Ononyoko, she sees one thing. And if she is honest with herself, and as she lives in Ononyoko, the state of love, Ononyeko, and is increasing love filter, Iokona Iekena, as much as she has loved and appreciated and is in gratitude for this portion of her life, Ieke, and this time of her life, Iokona Iekena, the greater filter, Iekena Nanayoko, the greater opportunity, Iokona, the greater Ioko presence, Ananayeke of love, Iokona, is serving Anononieshkena Nanayoko. And she realized this yesterday, Iokona Iena. Ananayoko Iekena, so she did the exercises, Ieke, as outlined Anonayoko, and wrote out her butts, Iokona Iena. Some of them seemed to be quite insignificant and small when they were down on paper. Ananayoko, some of them seemed to be quite legitimate and quite large. Iokona Iena. And then Iokona, she prayed, Iokona, and breathed, Iekena, and seated the infinite all, Onononi Ieshkena. The point we are making here, Iekena Nananiyoko Okona, is that you stay in Ananiyoko, the space, Iekona Niena. So today, Ioko, her exercise may be Iokona, breathing into the space, Iokona, to check her emotional frequencies, Onononi Eshkena. There may be some grief there, Iokona Iekena, because she really, truly enjoyed her work, Inononieke, at the levels that were being offered to her. Anananieko, great, Nonieshkena, a great pathway had opened, Iokona Iekena, for something that she desired, Iokona Ieke, 8 years ago. Ononieshkena. It is truly, what do you call that? A truly, Nyoko Niena, what do you call that? The pause button was pushed, Iokona, because all that she could have desired 8 years ago was presented to her yesterday through the kindness and the open heart and Onononieshke, and quite frankly the business acumen of the woman who Iokona was. We called her the change angel, Iokona Ieke, or the choice angel. Onononieke Nananayoko. So this is an exercise, a demonstration, Anananiyoko, what is before you, and why is it before you? Anananiyoko, in which path do you want to take? Iekeno, because there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer. Iokona Iekena, and this is what we would like to stress to you. Anananiyoko, to be in judgment of this decision is bad, or that decision is bad, or this decision is worse than that decision. Anananiyoko, there is no wrong answer. There is only Anananiyoko pathways into Iokona Ieke, the divine Anananiyoko, divinity Anananiyoko of yourself. And as you make decisions, Onononieke, Ananayoko, you will learn things about yourself. Iekona Iekena. And you will see some will require some hygiene, and others will require celebration. They are all actually celebrations. It's just the way that you would view it at the time, is what we were speaking of. Onononieshkena, because the destiny is joy. Yes, remember? The destiny is joy. So, the destination is joy. Maybe that would be another way of putting it. The destination is joy. Ananayoko Kona. So, this is the Ananayoko. This is the interesting part. You seed
Onononieke, you receive. Ananayoko, you achieve. Iokona nanieke na. And it is completed and done. Onononieke, and you know this. Iokona is in the knowing. Iokona, and you don't separate from that. Ieke na naniyoko. And then you see Iokona ieke na, results that are not seemingly moving you towards the knowing. No, Yoshiko, you stand in the knowing, Iokona nieke, not in the trusting, in the knowing that it is done, Ononiyeshkena. And Iokoyekena, then things may come up within your inner being, Iokona ieke, and you say, ooh, where did that anger come from? Ononiyeshke, then you cleanse it. Ononiyeshkena, Anani Ioko. But you never waver from the knowing, Onononieke, that which you have seeded reaps what you have planted. Tomato seeds get you tomatoes, Iokona. Onononieshkena. Okay? And then you know, through the principles, that everything that is what you would consider to be the universe is within you. That is why we say infinity, your infinity to the infinite all, Iokona ieshkena, that you are a unique, individualized expression of a drop of the infinite, Ionona nieke, an aspect of the infinite, Iokona, the frequency of the infinite, and that is why you have access, Ononieke, to the infinite, Onononieke, and that you are the infinite, and that you can be in this environment like it is air that you breathe, Iokona iena. There is an interesting story in Ononieke fairly early on. It's now been several years in Ononieke Nanayoko. And Mercedes was just being in her understanding the frequencies Ononiyoko of the vessel, Iekona Iekena. And Iokona, her physical body, was not able to handle and was in transition and transformation to handle the frequencies of the all, Iokona Iena. But she thought it was fun and was playing. Anononieshkena and everything and everyone, it was kind of like, look what I can do, like a little, like Unieshkena, like a little baby, a toddler, and look, mommy, look, daddy, look what I can do, Anonieshkena. So she was, calling herself, helping and healing and doing all sorts of things, but her physical body was getting tired, and we kept telling her, time to stop, it's time to take a rest, and she kept going and pushing, and so she will tell you, she felt in her third eye, or her forehead chakra, a pop, click, like a light bulb when it pops off. It loses its filament and it can no longer work. And she felt this pop, and Ondodiyeshke, to this day, she describes the pain, because there was some pain with it. And then we put her on bed rest for 10 days. She did not have access, and she will tell you, it was the most disconcerting 10 days of her life up until that point, because while she does not have the skill, or did not have the skill that she has today, now she certainly had more connection to the divine than she had prior to 2005, and so it was like not being able to breathe, like there was no oxygen, but her body needed the rest. Once you understand the uses, once you understand how to use the frequencies in this way, the laws in this way, the one law in this way, because really there was only one law. Again, we were talking about aspects of the law. The law is that there is only one. Everything and everything is connected. Everything and everything is God. Everything and everything is source. Everything and everything is love. And once you understand that one thing, then everything that comes before you from that point forward, Yashkona Iekena Niyoko, is love and is here for your highest and best interest. Onona ni Ieshkena. And while you have the desire to shift, Anana Nieke, change, acquire, receive, achieve, Anana Niyoko, all of those ever flow, prosperity, Anana Niyoko, abundance, Iekona Iekena, Ana Ieshkena, there is only one. And therefore, when you see it before you in such a way, that you wish to have, you bring into your existence is not a wish. You bring with deliberation the energized act, an achievement, when you do this, you will have a totally different feeling, understanding, and inhalation, the essence of life, yokona iekena. Anananiyoshko. So we use words like practice and work, anananiyoko, and we say show up at the same time every day, anananiyoko, get connected, anononiyeshko. But we hope that you remember also, Ieshkenananayoko, that we also said that at some point, at some juncture, this will be so integrated into your beingness, into the very breath that you take, into the Anoniyoko, everything you see, your points of view, Anonaniyoshkonananieke, that you are always in this space, Iekona, and to be in anything else otherwise, Anananiyoko, will be like the air, the oxygen. Anananiyoko nananieke has disappeared. His ultimate state of love, Anananiyoko, its ultimate state of God, Anananiyoshkona. Ononiyoko yekena, Ananiyoko yena. It is interesting. Mercedes is saying, "Yippee! I get to do a shift today. Yippee! I get to do some transformational work today." Yeah, now she's feeling Niyoko. She's coming out of that void space. Yokona iekena and Niyoko. It's kind of like you put things. She calls it the percolator. She's percolating this morning. That would be the best way of putting it. She's percolating, and Niyoko. She's kind of released it, and she's just not getting in the way of it. So there's just sort of this onononiyeshkena. Anananiyoshkona. There is no wine before its time, she is saying. Anananiyoshkona iekena. So she has put it in the percolator, and later today she will, Anananiyoko, take action. Iekena nananiyoko. And I think Noniyeshkena, that is a very good Anananiyoko. That is also a very good point. Iekena, Iokona, Iekena. Anononi Yoshkona, Iekena. If you truly believe in the law of vibration, that everything is moving, Iokona, even though you cannot see it moving, Iokona, there is movement and energy, Inononi Ieshkena. Then you will know that Iekena, Iokona, Ieke, everything will come into formation as it is meant to be, Iokona, and it is becoming. Nononieshke. Therefore, everything is always moving, always moving, always moving, always moving. Yashkona. And even when you're at an end point, Iekona, you're really at a new beginning point. Yenoniekena. You know, you may have experienced this, especially in the acquisition of material things, that you think this thing is going to be the cat's meow, and you're just so excited, and then you think, oh, I want it to be this, or I want to add that to it, or, you know, so it might be new rims if you got a car, you know, and ononi ieshkena, or if it's a new home, then you want new furniture, you know, ieshkena. So it is becoming and becoming and becoming, and everything is always moving. Yanoni ieshkena naniyoko. So that is why in your personhood, no, no, Ieshke now, when you sort of settle in, Ieshke na 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 Yoko, and you think, oh, everything is just wonderful and terrific, and then you get an urge, oh, no, Ieshke, maybe I want to learn this, maybe I want to do that, maybe I want to see this or see that. Ananani Yoshko, you're becoming again. Yokona Ieshke. So even in your daily breath, you are always becoming Yoshkona Ieke. And when you achieve Yokona Iekena, you have it achieved and you are in the becoming Yokona, and things will move and shift and transform Yoshkona Iekena. And it is a very good thing. And Onani Ieshkena. And sometimes you will find your definition. Mercedes calls it the percolator. You know that it is just time to anananioko. Everything there is a season. And that season may be a second, a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year. Anononieshkena. It is very interesting, even this example that we are using, that Mercedes has had this opportunity come before her now in Anani Yoshko, and 8 years ago she would have just been ecstatic, Yokona. And today it's like, let me rest and see how I'm going to be guided, and which way does my heart want to go. Which way is the joy in my life, Yokona. The next thing we would say, Ananani Eshkena, is show me the way. Show me the way. When I do not know, I pray. That is in the soul-inspired tune-up. Show me the way. Ananani Eshkena. Show me the way to my inspired joy. Show me the way to my inspired living. Show me the way to my inspired service. Show me the way, Ananani Yoshkona Ieke, to the inspired solution. Ananani Yoko. Show me the way to the inspired God self, the inspired God quality, the inspired aspect of God. Show me the way. Onononiyeshke. We have talked about seeding Onononiyeshke. You can seed the way into Anananayoko, the infinite, Iekinananayoko. Show me the way, and then pull Yoshkona, the way, forward into the seen and the visible. Onononiyeshke. Show me the way. So, dissolve the buts. Understand that there's two sides of the coin. If you are seeing something in your immediate presence, knowing that you have Yokona Iekena, the inspired right, the inspired Onononieshke gift, the inspired knowledge and knowing, Anananayoko, that you can activate the opposite, that which you desire, that which you achieve. Yes? Okay. Next, Yokona Iekena. If it's not moving fast enough for you, quite frankly, understand that there is the law of vibration. Yokona Iekena. And through the law of vibration, everything is always moving. Ieshkena nanayoko. So where you cannot perceive movement, in the subtle frequencies of the all, Iekena, and in the subtle frequencies of that which you cannot perceive, and we are talking about tasting it and feeling it, the regular 5 senses, know that it is moving. And affirm the universe is always moving, the infinite intelligence is always moving, the creator is always moving, the source is always moving, the frequency of love is always moving in my highest and best good. And leave it there. The law of rhythm says everything is a season, everything is a reason, and it will come into your purview where you can touch it and see it and feel it and experience it, Noniyeshke, during its season. And then, as in this example, this season, 8 years later, Iokona Nieke, you may look at it differently. Anoniyeshke, and that is choice, and that is love of self. Anoniyeshke, and it's okay to put it kind of aside back so that the subtle frequencies can also work on your behalf, so that you come into a knowing of the rightness for you. Anoniyeshke na. And then as above, so below, so within, so without, Ioshkonaniyeke. We have basically been using this or talking about it. We just have not defined it as the law of correspondence. Ieshkenananiyoko. But when we say all is one, everything is one, everything is God, Ananoniyoshkonaniyeke, the delineation, there is none. Anononiyeshke, in that awesome, infinite, void, Ananiyoko, ocean, Iakena, the infinite all, Iake, the universe, Iakona, the manifest, Nanayoko, divinity. You are a unique aspect, an individualized aspect of a drop in the ocean, Inonayeshkena, and therefore if you are the ocean, Iakona, as it is the case, Iakona, Iona, as you are the ocean, Iokona, the ocean is you, Iakona, the infinite, the infinity, Onononieshi, that you are is the infinite all. And as such, you have access. You have an all-access pass, to everything. You have an all-access pass to everything. Because everything is infinite, and everything is the infinite God. One of the things that was such a wonderful experience, as Mercedes discovered and had not thought about, the closing of the eyes and seeing nothing, no containment, as being the expression of the infinite that is within you, no walls, no ceilings, no boundaries, borders, that exists within you. You just have to close your eyes to see it and perceive it in a, maybe perhaps to you, a different way, a new way. So we would say, and to breathe. And we will breathe with you tomorrow, we feel. But it was important at this point, Yokona, to understand Yokona Ieshkena, because we talked about the breath and how you can change or shift your eyes, change your hand position, change the length of the inhalation versus the length of the exhalation, to access different frequencies within your desires, within your manifestation, within your manifested reality. As you complete, it is completed. As you breathe, it is completed. Ananoniyoshkona. You speak it and you breathe into it. Anananiyoko, and it is completed. Anananiyoko, you know, Anananiyoko, through law, Iekena, that which you plant is reaped, is harvested. Anononiyeshkena. Doesn't change for anything or anyone. That which you plant is harvested. Anononiyeshke. So in the subtle frequencies, Iokona Ieshkena, when we talk about tuning up Iokona, we are talking about tuning up the subtle frequencies, Iokona, Iena, Ananiyoko. And every now and again, Iokona, Iena, and maybe every day if you choose, Iokona. Erase out, Iokona, cancel out, Nieke, breathe out, breathe into the other side of the coin, Iokona, using the law of polarity, Iokona, Niena. That which I do not know, I perceive. That which I do not know, I perceive. That which I do not know, I receive. That which I do not know, I achieve. Onononiyeshkena. Bringing forth the visible. That was interesting. Anoniyeshke, attuning Anananayoko in balance and harmony through love. Anananiyoshko nayekena. So this is but a brief introduction, Iokona Iekena, so that the superstar, the law of attraction and law of cause and effect, Ioshkona Iekena, is of course Anono Nieke, abundance and everflow, Iokona Iekena, and the simplest, Ioko, because it's been so explained, Ioko fully, Yeshkena. Do all of your practice, all of your work, all of your planting through the filter of love, Iokona Ieshkena. So spend some time expanding that filter, Iokona Iekena. Expanding that filter and radiating out love through your heart chakra, Iokona Iekena. And be in joy. We would say this to Mercedes today. Be in joy even as you're percolating. Iokona Iekena Naniyoko. Be in joy. Onono Nieshke. Understand Iokona Nieke and have delight Iokona Ieke in the full spectrum vibrancy. Onono Ieshkena of the choices. Onono Ieshkena and the walk. Ananayoko and the journey. Iokona Iekena. The I am, Anananiyoshko Naieke. The I am, Anananiyoshko. The I am, Anananiyoshko Nanieke. Is one universal, unified force, Ananonieshkena. And as it exists without you, or external to you, it is also internal to you, Iekona Iena. And it is that, Anonieshkena. It is that sexiness, Ionononiyeshi, that's consummation, Iokona, that sparks the divine, Iokona Ieke, and seeds the universe, Iokona. And this is a great service, Anananiyoko, to all. We think that is it for today. Sing a song in your heart, sing a song in your heart, sing a song in your heart, and allow the rhythms of your life, Anananiyoko, to unfold, Ieke, expand, Anananiyoko, and flourish. We love you, we love you, we love you. We love you, and we bid you adieu.